Hi, Sarah. My name is Amy. I'm a fan of the pod only in recent years, but I've always loved you. I'm from the Boston area. You
Yeah.
said on a fairly recent episode that you were your own best friend, and I was struck by that. I think it's amazing, and it also
Sorry.
sounds impossible. I'm in my late 30s, and I've been struggling to figure out how to feel like a strong, fierce woman in this season of life. I've always had a lot of friend groups, and I put myself out there doing theater and performing, and losing friends was a rarity. This was basically up until the pandemic. There have been friendships lost in the last few years, and it caused me to pull back, get quiet, and stop putting myself out there as much. Who I thought I was actually hurting other people, and I could have been a better friend. I feel a ton of shame about this, and now I'm afraid to speak up and be too me. I have a very mean inner voice. I've also become a mom to two little boys in the last few years, and I struggle to find balance between the woman I want to be while also choosing my battles. I find it hard not to let the upsetting opinions around me, especially in this climate, hurt my own feelings. I try my hardest to channel my efforts into raising two emotionally intelligent and kind boys, but I'm curious if you have any thoughts on how I can find more love for who I am while also showing up for others and not let wanting to be palatable to other people affect that. I really appreciate how you show up in the world. Thank you.
Um, well, I'll tell you how important self-love is. You don't have to listen. Who's your best friend? Are they the most perfect, amazing, strong woman?
No.
They're not. You know what I mean? To be your own best friend doesn't mean to be perfect. It means to have as much grace for yourself as you have for any schmuck on the street. And to be wrong and go, and learn from it and practice and always have something you're working on, in terms of like growth or whatever, but like you don't have to be perfect to be your own best friend. And part of your understanding of it being that way is how judgmental you are of other people. You said you have a very mean inner voice. And I don't know if you're saying that about other people or yourself. Either way, I know that is ego. This is what I'm learning. And so when you look and judge others around you, that's what we naturally do as humans. That's ego. When we go, just like without thinking, are kind of looking around us and going like, oh, that woman's hat doesn't look good on her. Or that's an ugly shirt. Or that, we do all these things that kind of let us feel like we're in a higher standing in where we fall in the world, and you don't need it. As a matter of fact, if you can move through the world, and this is an exercise to do because we all do this, and observe without judgment, woman in hat, man in a red shirt, blue car, whatever. And the exercise is to not critique it, to not have an opinion about it, but just to see it as is. And that helps you snap judging people, and it helps you to not judge yourself. We're all just, people doing the best we can with what we got, and so being your own best friend doesn't mean you're perfect. It just means like, hey, I don't know. I love being alone. I love,
Yes.
oh my God. And you have two small boys. You have probably a very tight schedule. In that schedule time for yourself to do whatever the fuck you want, whether it's like watch something on TV, take a bath, scroll on your phone, just be quiet, maybe meditate, or even something that isn't like some mentally healthy thing, but just that is like for you. Schedule that. That's as important as like pick up Tommy from fucking preschool lacrosse. I'm not a good improviser. I never have been. But all that stuff is really important. Like for you to go like, oh, I can't imagine being my own best friend. I mean, you have no choice. You've got to do it to be happy, and about like judging other people. that always brings up that same thing, Father Gregory Boyle. Like, until we make peace with our wounds, we will be tempted to despise the wounded. So until you make peace with your wounds and love yourself, warts and all, or whatever, you're going to be really judgmental of people, especially yourself.
It's true. I mean, I don't want to put her in the same category as my kids, but I'm always telling my kids, go easy on yourself, because they will beat themselves up for not drawing exactly what they see in their head or whatever. And granted, maybe I should be a little harder on myself from time to time, but
No.
And the other thing I want to add is, as a Johnny-come-lately to therapy, huge fan. I've only been doing it 10 years, but I always said, I have friends I can talk to. And your friends are great, but all they can really do is say, oh, man, that sucks. You could say more now because you have learned a lot, but it's nice to have people understand your problems, but they don't have the tools to guide you through them.
And it's actually incredible to have friends or family that do just listen and say, oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I've been teaching Rory to do that instead of trying to fix. Well, do you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? When I'm in distress, I'm not looking for, well, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And I know it's such an instinct to fix, and he's such a fixer. I mean, he can fix anything, Because so it feels like he's not doing enough to him to go like, oh, babe, that sucks. Is there anything I can do? But man, that's the whole thing. And I know I say this like every podcast, but it's just like what we're into right now. And it's like, it helps so much to be heard. And I feel like 95% of like the things that trigger people is the feeling of not being heard.
Oh, for sure.
And that's so simple. It's too simple. It's like, it should be a harder solution. There should be a harder solution, but it's the solution. And the solution to everything, I feel like, is always simple. Duh. All right, what else?